Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show, where we're going to be having a look at some weird and wonderful stuff on the web. And to help me discuss, describe and entertain us is Jason Robb.
Oh, we're just here to have fun, aren't we?
We are, and we have some bizarre stuff today. Some stuff that you don't normally see.
Cool.
And,
good to be with you, Nick.
It's good to be with you too. Now, I think isn't there another Transformers movie due out about now? I could lose tracks. I don't really.
How many are there out now? There's been how many have there been?
At least 2, isn't there?
At least 2, yeah. Anyway, actually, I think they're good movies.
You like them? I'm not too sure, but
I don't think they're great. But I usually don't like these kind of blockbuster movies quite as much. But it's okay.
Well, I don't like things with real, so imagine my surprise when I found out that there really is a real Transformer. Oh. And here he is.
Good, good.
That was amazing. Unless I'd seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have thought it was possible.
That's incredible.
I can't understand how he's just driving around, because he can't have been scooting his knees fast enough to be moving it around.
He really transformed fast, actually.
Yeah, in both directions.
He must have those wheels battery operated, I'm sure.
I think so. It must be quite a big battery, though, to move him around. Well, I guess he didn't use it that much.
It's got to be heavy, yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly, yeah. So, no, usually people in costumes look a bit stupid, but believe me, that was worth the effort.
That's
now, one of those kids
unique.
were excited. I'd been excited if I'd seen that happening in front of me.
I wonder if he could make some real money off of that costume.
I'd have thought he would do it. He'd need to. It can't have been a very cheap piece of kit to put it together, and it
really
can't be
cool.
very comfortable to wear it either. So I would imagine and hope that he gets well paid with tips.
He could make a few $100 each kids party, and then go out, take some photos on Hollywood Boulevard or something.
No, I'd throw him some money. Normally, like these people in costumes, wouldn't give him the time of day, but no, I'd definitely give him some money for his craft.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But you do have to feel sorry for these people who wear costumes for a living. This must be one of the lowest of the low jobs that you can possibly have, to wear a costume and selling something for someone.
Unless they really love the character, you know?
Well, you do, but then you see most days must be bad days for them. But some people who are wearing costumes have worse days than others, like the person wearing this costume. Oh,
That's not a good job.
That is not a good job.
That's a bad job.
I've had some bad jobs in my time, but I've never had anything that bad.
Just to be that big happy face, and you can't get up like a turtle.
Well, that makes it even more ironic, the fact that it's just a big smiley face while it's just strapped on there. I just wonder...
I wonder what shop that was.
Yeah, whoever they are, they should...
But I recognize that happy face.
Abuse.
It's from Walmart. It has a big happy face like that.
It's even worse then. If you have to do that for Walmarts, they're well known for being like the worst employer.
Oh, they pay
in
like
America.
Just as low as they can.
Absolutely. No, I've read some memoirs of there's some websites, Walmart sort of employees, where they spill the beans, and it just sounds like the most horrible place that you can possibly work.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that must be the worst job that you can get at Walmart. That's like, maybe they just give it to their sort of worst employee of the month or something. It's like, nah, we're going to stick you in a happy suit, and you're going to have to walk around outside waving a placard.
It reminds me that there was this prank video on YouTube where where somebody just went in and was a greeter at Walmart. They
Oh,
just
right.
dressed up and then they just started welcoming people very affectionately and just hug everyone as they come in.
That I would have liked to say. I'll look out for that one. Maybe we'll have a look at it.
I'll try to send you the link for that one. We can put it in next time. That one's funny.
Yeah. Now, talking about funny things, let's move away from America for a while and go
thank you.
to for a change.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The spotlight's off of America.
Ribbing on you, Americans, but some Europeans can do some pretty strange things too. We've actually recently had Euro elections. As you know, probably you don't know because I know how stupid you are. We actually have
we know quite a bit more than you think.
Really, you know that Europe has like its own parliament.
Europe has its own parliament. It's called the EU.
Very good, very good.
There's a Eurodollar.
Eurodollar. You were doing so well there for a while.
Oh, the euro.
Yeah.
The euro. Okay.
But you're good. At least you know
euro.
what it's called, the European Union. But they actually have their own parliament and the elections, and you get, as well as your normal sort of country politicians, you also get, and in Britain they're called MEPs, members of the European Parliament.
Okay, go on.
They have these elections. The thing is, it doesn't really make anybody's difference to anybody's lives, so hardly anybody can be bothered to vote because nobody knows what it's good for anyway. So in Denmark, they thought, let's do some adverts to try and encourage young people to vote. But whoever came up with the idea, the advertising agencies, must have been off their head on crazy drugs or something, because this is the weirdness that they came up with.
Husk at stemme til Europaparlamentsvalget. Nej tak du, jeg tror jeg springer over.
When there is a European Parliament election, there is one man you need to call.
Hallo? Boatman, vi har brug for dig. Boatman kommer.
As a young man, Voteman forgot to vote at a European Parliament election. That taught him a painful lesson. No influence on climate regulations, agricultural subsidies, chemicals in toys, and the amount of cinnamon allowed in his cinnamon buns. Horrified by this, he decided he would dedicate his life making everybody vote. So, if you're not gonna vote, don't try to run. Don't try to hide, because he will hunt you down. He will find you, and he will make you vote. So, what you gotta do? You gotta vote.
Now that is not a spoof. That is really was from the Danish government to get people to vote.
Yeah, you know, it just doesn't. I think sometimes EU isn't really working out. You know.
Well, no, a lot of people
because it didn't really make sense to put all these countries together to be a union.
This is true. This is why a lot of people don't vote, because they don't believe in the whole idea of it anyway.
It would be like making our whole North American union. It wouldn't make any sense to be together with Mexico. They're just very different economies.
Yeah, but Canada is quite strongly linked to you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, already. But still, it wouldn't make sense to make our own North American dollar like what they wanted. Some
I remember there was some
talk
about that, and that would be a big mistake. And I think if everybody saw the mess that happened with the euro, like before it started,
it just made everything expensive.
Yeah, it did. And well, you got countries very different in Europe from the one side to the other.
Yeah.
But definitely, well, that advert was banned within about it. There was such a lot of abuse because it does everything wrong. I mean, they're the most liberal societies, or the Scandinavian ones, so it was just like supposed to be racist and sexist and encouraging violence. So it got taken down within hours of ever going live. But of course, on the internet you can't hide anything, so there were versions that sort of popped up which we stole to put on there. But I just cannot think, because it's not something that just one person did on their own. There must have been committees and committees committees and committees that approved that thing. They're all just mad.
Well, you know, at least it got attention. So, and I guess that's what they wanted. That was the whole point of it.
It did, but I would imagine that the people responsible aren't doing very well now.
It didn't make any sense to use that in
not a good thing to have in your
any
resume.
official advertisements.
Exactly. So it must cost a fortune to make. And it's all taxpayers' money, which isn't going to go down very well. Because the Danes aren't very keen on Europe either.
Yeah. Well, because their economy is doing great there.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest of
exactly.
in the south.
All the countries that aren't doing very well thinks the EU is great, and all the ones that are making loads of money, like Germany, are thinking, yeah, why should we subsidise the rest of them?
Yeah, it just didn't seem like a good idea in the beginning either to me.
Exactly. Anyway, enough about European politics. Let's have a look at a child who is rather good with a yo-yo. Not bad for a 6-year-old, hey?
Yeah, I think he would win that competition. I don't see why not.
Definitely. Were you ever any good with the yo-yo?
No, I could throw it, down and up. It would bring it down again.
I
So
couldn't
could
even
do
do
that.
that. It would just be a tangled mess of string, or anything that I tried to do.
I used to play with this light up yo-yo, where when it goes down, it lights up.
Oh, I saw those
When it
things.
comes back
Yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah.
comes back up, it
Yeah.
turns off.
But yo-yos are one of those things that just make me think, why? Isn't there better things to do with life? So probably back in those days.
Unless if you could do that.
Exactly. That's all we have time for. So we hope you enjoyed the yo-yoing, and we'll be back again with some more soon. See you then.
See you.